we're discussing rising crime in Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia has such low crime that a lot of times we tend not to look at the trend. So like right now we're talking about crime trending up in Georgia, even though by comparison to other countries it's still very low. But trends matter because they start small. And if you don't deal with the problem, right, it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Welcome to the Security Bros. I'm Ken Sabershvili, and this is my co-host today.
Miranda Sorgulate. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Gamarjuba.
The increasing crime in Georgia has caused dissatisfaction among the Georgian population. But the small entrepreneurs are especially disappointed because they have a small business with small income. That's why they do not want to install security system to pay extra money, but they have to save their business objects and cafes or grocery shops and so on and so on. They have to keep the object, but they also have to pay much more money. They do not know what to do. But in case in theft, they realize that they would have to spend much more to compensate their loss.
In order to save money on the security system, they're actually losing more, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Would you say it's a growing economy, right?
Yeah.
It's on the rise? I'm kind of curious how the security systems here work. Could an alarm system call police? Would police actually show up to these shops? They would?
So but they need to be recorded, but they have not record to identify the crime persons.
I mean, was he like us or?
But you do have alarm systems, motion sensors, door sensors, so that if somebody breaks into a shop, say when the staff aren't there, it could call the local police. Tbilisi, who would then show up and arrest the person.
If they have, it's good.
If they had it. It's just too expensive.
Yeah.
What kind of security problems do we have here?
Small companies prefer not to pay for extra money, but even if these companies are large, for example, computer shops, they prefer to pay extra money for the security system, installing security system, because your computer is expensive or gadgets are expensive, but they are not so safe because by Georgia legislation, persons under 14 years are free from crime liability. And also they have installed security system of these such adult persons are robbery and breaking these shops and trying to take away these computers. For this company, it's a good situation because also I have installed this security system, but the persons are under the 14 years old and are free. So they are released. They are free. For example, this year in the center of Tbilisi, a number of small companies were broken. Thieves were entering the main room through the door or through small windows, and they were stealing money. They were taking some groceries, and even when the traces were left by the criminals, it was not enough for policemen to solve this crime.
You look like this?
Also, I would give another example. Rob in alcohol store. Thieves tried to take several bottled wines or other alcohols, tried to take some money, but there was installed security system and police. It was helpful for police to identify these persons and solve the criminal in a few hours, and they were arrested.
Security camera footage of the person. Did they also have the alarm system as well?
Alarm system, both of them.
Those are a great combination.
They match these photos in special base, in Georgian security base, and they can identify the person who is this person.
So it sounds like so far in these examples, what we don't have would be like robbery, which is somebody, say, showing up with a knife or a gun and like under threat of violence stealing. So they break in at night. And then the bigger issue is even if they catch them, if they're under what age? Under like what age is it? 14?
Under 14.
Under 14?
Yeah, under 14.
Okay.
By Georgia legislation,
you just
under
go
14
ahead and commit some
persons
crime.
are free from liability.
You.
Yeah.
Okay, first things first, what is your name?
Don't worry about my first name.
But we're the police.
I have a friend whose aunt lives in Marginishvili.
Yeah.
And one day they were like out for the afternoon, middle of the day, and somebody broke in through a very small window. So it had to be a kid. They didn't see them, but the window was so small. Well, it could be an adult. The house wasn't even like ransacked. Nothing was moved around. All the jewelry was missing. So they knew exactly where to go.
Yeah.
So it was probably somebody local. It was a kid just in that area who definitely knew what was going on.
It's typical in Georgia.
And like apparently nobody saw this kid break in. Middle of the day.
Well, the problem is day or night. They are under for 14 years, so they're free.
What happens after 14? Do they just
after
stop?
14, no, I do not think that they will stop, but they will be arrested.
They get more clever.
Maybe more clever, more experienced, and so. For example, bank robbers and so on.
Okay, so you do have bank robbers.
Bank of Georgia, only one Bank of Georgia is victim of these robbers.
What's happening?
Mostly, person under the armed form are entered in the bank and they said, I have bomb. If you don't give me a large amount of money, a helicopter, I want to fly out. Yeah, with this money. Yeah, she was hiding. No one could find him. She
really?
Take this money, and hide. She was hiding in San region. Nobody could find him out since 2 years.
So he just hid for 2 years.
Yes.
But then he got caught.
Nobody couldn't find him.
He vanished.
Yeah.
Well, he just vanished. Sounds more like a ghost than a man.
How much money did he get?
I do not remember it, but it was much more, 1 million, much more. Yeah.
Wow. In the U.S., you can do the same thing where if you walk into a bank, maybe I shouldn't be telling anybody this, but if you walk into a bank in the U.S., you don't have to actually have any weapon on you. You just have to write the note that you have the weapon. And they have to then give you the money. Now,
You can enter and go out without checking the gun or no.
So you walk into the bank, you just slip a note to we call them tellers. I don't know. It says, you have the teller. Now, they're not going into like the vault and bringing out stacks of cash. They're just giving you what they have right there at their desk. And so you might be able to get all the cash from all the tellers, whatever is there. Probably going to be, I don't know, $5,000-$10,000, something like that, on any given day. It's not like they're walking out with a duffel bag full of millions of dollars. But it's very fast, it's very easy, and they don't call the police until after the person is gone.
Wow.
For their own safety, they don't want anybody, they don't want to create a whole thing.
In the case, police was in course, they were looking at the situation when a simple person, Robert, his name is Simple, was robbing, trying to take money away. The police was outside, and they were asking, go out, please keep people safe, don't kill, don't hurt anyone.
The police were just waiting.
Take money.
Yeah. It's not worth people getting shot or when people feel cornered, they do dangerous things, just let them leave, then call the police. But here's what happens. Somebody comes in, they say, I have a weapon, a gun, whatever. They put it on the note. I'm robbing you, give me the money. Okay. They give the person the money, they leave. They're not getting arrested, whatever, right? Nothing happens. So then this is what happens. They say, wow, that was really easy. I could go do another.
Really easy.
So they go to another bank, usually in the same area. And some of these people, they're very friendly. Some of them are very polite. They just walk in and say, I'd like to rob you today. If you could please give me the money. They get the money. They say, thank you. But then they get stupid. And instead of just taking the win, they can't help themselves. It felt too easy. They had to do it a second time. And then the third time. And they'll just keep doing it until they eventually get caught. Once they have been caught, robbing a bank, you can go to jail for, I met a guy who was in jail for something like 25 years or something. Like it's a hefty fine. Yeah, for stealing not a lot of money. It might take a second for them to catch you, but when they do, you are gone for a while. What's it like here? You get caught, what's the penalty?
Policemen are trying to catch the crimes instantly. They are not following, they are not listening to criminals to rob another bank and rob another shop. They're trying to cut the situation instantly. That's all. Different situation, different mind, different educational situation.
Right.
Yeah. When Georgian people know that she was a robber and she's trying to rob her, and maybe he just robbed her something, we do not like to help him to keep his money. We're trying to call the police and we're to take him to the jail.
So everybody
works together, because it's not good, it's not fair.
It seems like here people, they're more in it together, which is good. It's probably why the crime is lower. If anyone's watching this and they're interested in a consultation as to how they could secure their facility, just go ahead and reach out to us. Miranda could probably help you out with that. And if anybody has any follow-up questions, comments, please drop them below in the comments section. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it so we know. Yeah, and share it so your friends know.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.